Hey guys, Anthony here with my bro Ransom.
Hello.
Oh my god,
Oh.
dude. Star Wars Rogue One Trailer 2 has just dropped, and oh my god, we're having a fucking great time with it.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah?
Unbelievable.
It is so good. It is so freaking good. So what we're going to do here today is a bit of an experiment. We've never done this before. We're going to break down a trailer here for you today. Because we're super Star Wars geeks, and there's a lot in this trailer to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of cool shit. All right, so let's get it started. All right. So yeah, this is a cool little startup here too with the Toydarian shuttle, or Tridarian, Toydarian, whatever shuttle coming down. The Death Troopers are so fucking wicked, man. So also, now I'm gonna pause it here first to break it down for you guys. So what we see is Orson Krennic, obviously with his Death Troopers. Now, the coolest thing about this is there's a book coming out called Star Wars Rogue One Catalyst. That is going to take place as a prequel to Star Wars Rogue One. What we believe, many of us online believe right now, is that it's the prequel setting place their relationship, Krennic's and Jyn Erso's father. So I want to see if their relationship was actually a little bit more even-handed in the beginning, because obviously right here where you see him walking up with the Death Troopers, and then he's like, "What I do to protect you." Yeah, that's a great line there too. Just so you know, I do everything to keep you safe, is kind of what he's implying in that line. And then you see this right here, this iconic shot where they're just in a line, and it's really, really fucking cool, but it does imply that they're using some type of force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you curious to see if in Catalyst maybe their relationship was maybe a little more even?
Yeah, I'm interested to see if it's kind of like those stories where it's like you have like two people that like really know each other, and then one is the brains and one is like the person that really gets
shit done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like the person with the brains who's doing all of the work gets outdone by the one that's like in charge and taking over.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see where this relationship goes. All right, so he comes up. He's like, obviously there's some shit about to go down. That face right there is awesome.
Yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn's going to fucking kill it as Krennic. All right, so then she's obviously, so let me go back here too real quick. She is in a republic, or not a republic, I'm sorry. That's gone.
Yeah.
That's far gone. The Empire cell.
Yeah.
So it seems maybe she is doing things that would imply her getting into a cell, but I believe that she has now become a hostage of the Empire.
I think so too.
Yeah, making sure that her father is still doing the good work for the Empire, so to speak. Yeah. Because it seemed a little more like in the original trailer that we had, it wasn't. It was kind of implied that maybe she was even working against the rebels, or she was a little amoral. Kind of not on anyone's side. But it seems here, as we're about to go on, that she's in the Imperial custody. So that will never go away. The Imperial occupation. I loved how they capture that Rebels moment too.
It made me think of in Lost Stars.
Yes.
When Kyrell is, he's like talking about how all he's doing is going over planets because it's the fear factor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fear will keep them in line.
Yeah.
And then, as we'll see later, fear of this battle station. Yes, as one famous person put it. So now they're talking to her. They're kind of implying that they're getting her out. They're rescuing her. Yes. So, like I said, that's what leads me to believe that she's a hostage of the Empire, not really a renegade to everyone.
And what I personally think is, because obviously they have to have a reason why they're rescuing her, and they have to find out.
You want to get out of here?
Why is she so important? I think that.
Well, they know.
Well, yeah, but how do they know? My prediction is that her father got a hold of the of probably the Rebel Alliance.
And was like, hey, here's what I'm working on.
Yeah, and is like, I can't do
really
anything to stop it, but I need you to get find my daughter.
Right. It's kind of like the Manhattan Project back in World War II, where the people working on it felt tons of guilt. Yeah. Because what was in Einstein's mind as the potential future of the human race, like a virtually limitless energy source, then gets turned into a weapon of mass destruction. I'm assuming that his research leads to much the same thing with the Death Star. Mm. And I'm assuming that he is the one that makes the laser ditch, because as we know, it was the Geonosians who came up with the overall look and architecture of the station. Yeah. Because they can't retroactively be like, no, he made all of the Death Star. No, that's not true. They stole those plans a long time ago. Yeah. So he must be working on improving the Death Star.
Our rebellion.
Oh, right here. Okay, so this is the hugest thing, and I didn't notice it the first time, but after I saw it again, that's when I noticed it. And this mother, he noticed it right away. I did. So obviously, as you can see here, this is a statue of a Jedi. So a huge Jedi statue, which implies Jedi temples, Jedi ruins, art, like all of those hidden knowledge of the Jedi wiped away. Mm-hmm. And we're assuming through the actions of the Empire and also of even centuries older, because they all moved to Coruscant, right? Now, they're going on the planet Jedha. That was another big thing revealed in previous leaks of Rogue One. So we're assuming that this desert area right now is probably Jedha.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not Obi-Wan Kenobi, by the way. Everyone online's like, oh, it's a goatee, so it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, it's ancient. It's more old than that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Well, no, I think
it's just badass. It's badass.
It's awesome.
Oh my god, I love that shot of her.
I think you might be able to help us.
Yeah, this is when they're going to talk to her about her father.
What is this? It appears he is critical to the development
the
of the
reveal.
Weapon.
They found him out. That's the look that Krennic gives when he's found you out. Yeah, this is we caught you, bastard. We found you.
The super weapon.
And the Death Star. Such a looming figure right there. Let's take a moment. That whole moment where you see the Death Star as a moon. As a fucking moon.
Well, yeah, and this is right over a planet.
Yeah, it's right over the planet. I love that.
Because it's you
feel the size of the Death Star.
Yeah, because it implies that that happens in A New Hope, where they're moving to the Rebel base.
Yeah, it gets bigger and bigger. Yeah. And this is so much more surreal. Yeah. It's intimidating.
If my father built this thing, we need to find him.
Right there.
All right. How many do I need?
How many will we need?
They are requesting a call sign.
Okay, he's talking about Rogue One. Yeah, I love that. I love that line so much.
And I love the way he says it too, because he's like, what should we call ourselves? We're a bunch of rogues. That's
Rogue
what
One.
we are. Yeah.
We're the first of them. We're gonna be the rogues. Yeah. Unity. Yeah. And then this. The power we have here. Oh, it's immeasurable. I love the way he says that. The power. The power. God, every time an Empire officer says the word power and does it well like that, it just gets me going. I'm like, yes, give me more. And then I love that hollow of the Death Star.
What chance
and then, oh man, her speech is incredible, because it's like they wield such mighty power. How can we go up against an empire that has the power to just destroy us to smithereens, an entire planet?
And we're also thinking from the originals, where people huddled in a group. They're all there to fight. They're all military. You look in here, and all you see are civilians.
Yes, because that's what they were at first. Yeah.
And so, her saying this is what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do.
Absolutely. I love that. You're totally spot on. And then you see the moment where it's an ATST with stormtroopers firing on a population of civilians in a city center.
Yeah.
We never see the might of the Empire just being strucken down so brutally like that. It's always in a moment of war, in a moment of conflict. These are civilians. They're getting shot down because, maybe they upset the Empire here today. But remember, the Empire's got to put its fist and its boot the fuck over your face. Because we're the Empire and you follow us.
Well, and also...
no resistance.
And also, I think what they're looking for is Jyn Erso.
Sure. Well,
and so they're trying to find Rogue One, which I'm sure will have an impact on them because all these civilians are dying because of them.
Sure, absolutely. It's going to be a lot of moral conundrum. Like, can we continue doing this? And then Jyn Erso, much to what we'll hear in a moment too, is like, no, we got to remind them of hope. You know, that's what we
just the close quarters too.
Yeah, such great. It's the hope. Yeah, keeping up the hope. That's the only way we can win.
Rebellions are built on hope.
And then I love that look from Chirrut Imwe. He's like, hope. Like hope. He's so hippie like.
Well,
but he's badass hippie.
Well, because like he's this interesting character which we've never really seen before, who believes in the Force so like religiously and yet can't use it.
Well,
he's not a Force wielder.
And this is my mysticism with it too. He's blind, but he's hitting people.
Yeah.
So is it sound detection or does he believe it's the Force guiding him? I'm really curious if his character is an acolyte of the Force, where it's maybe he can't manipulate it in the specific ways that Jedi once could, but he believes in it so forcefully, and maybe through that belief, the Force also does in turn guide him. As we know, Force guides us all, binds us. You know, it's in us, it's in our brains. Just because you can't use the Force doesn't mean that you don't believe it, and that the Force doesn't move you.
Exactly.
That's the difference here. Yeah. See, many people think Han Solo uses the Force, and I say, no, that's an incorrect way to think of it. He may be moved by the Force, but that doesn't mean he uses the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need to stress. And I want to know which one it is. Oh, listen. You see where they're going through this. Oh, God. They don't see us coming.
Take hold of this moment.
Yes. The Force is strong. Oh, yeah. And then this scene right here where the blasters just pop, pop, pop. Oh, God.
And just the teamwork between those two.
Yes.
I'm so excited to see that dynamic duo.
Yes.
Because, like, he's supposed to be his bodyguard.
Oh, maybe. Or just like a straight-up buddy. Kind of like a Chewbacca almost for this acolyte of the Force.
Yeah.
Make 10 men feel like 100.
It's that line right there. The making 10 men feel like 100.
Oh.
Just thinking about the ratio between the rebels at this moment and the Imperials, the Empire.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we need to understand as an audience, and this trailer is doing it so effectively, that the Empire was so mighty once that to be a rebel was to ask for a fucking death wish. Yeah. You're up against thousands, hundreds of people, and you as a single person need to make yourself feel like 100.
Yeah.
You know, we want every human person to act as if they're Wookiees. kill millions of hundreds of people.
Well, also, and it goes to a sense of, you know, making sure that every man counts.
Yes.
That he is important to the cause.
Right, and that was one of the biggest things in the beginning of the rebellion, where, and again, going into the future and what the rebellion turned into in the New Republic, we see in the books, they explain it as in the beginning of the rebellion, every individual had a sense of personality. There wasn't a strict way of doing things. That was what made the rebellion so appealing. Whereas the Empire was, you need to fill out protocol and etiquette. You know, like, it was very strict. The rebellion was not. And going into what you're saying, one man feel like 100, they had the authority to act any way they wanted to. Mm-hmm. So they didn't have rules. They were, in a sense, terrorists in many ways too. They're the guerrilla tactics. They had to do whatever it took to accomplish the mission that they had at hand, and that's what changed when we saw the inverse in the books. And this is the only way you'll know is if you read, for example, Aftermath and Life
Stars,
Lost Stars.
Like with Lost Stars, all the think about the two main characters, when they grow up, they are trained in the academy to see them as terrorists.
Yes.
That's all they are to them.
Yes. But at the same time, they also realize what they're doing to their own population, which goes back to that other shot we saw. What was it? Back. Yeah, like back right around here. No.
Which one?
With the ATST.
Oh, yeah. So,
well, you know which one it is, guys.
Yeah.
We're not going to go back. Okay. All right, so now going back into this shot is so cool. He's the bowcaster. He's blind firing. We don't fucking know.
Snapshot.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking awesome. Okay, now let me rewind this again here because I wanna go into why at this moment shivers went up through my spine. So okay, bowcaster, and then cut. Bam! X-wing combat, son. X-wing. We don't see enough space combat in The Force Awakens, and now in Rogue One, we're gonna get that combat, and it's gonna be like hundreds of fighters to one or two, you know. Like that scene where he's pressed up and okay, so right here where he's in his cockpit, look at him. He's like, oh, you know, like he's just like giving it his all, giving it his all to accomplish whatever mission they have at 10. Because it's like he's the only guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking A. I'm gonna
also
freak the fuck out.
Where is this taking place too?
Yes, so you see around here too. Good point.
You see that they're attacking.
Yeah, some kind of space dock.
Yeah.
Space dock of some kind, which in my mind could be any kind of thing, but my mind does first go to like Kurat or Corellia. You know, when I'm thinking of big Imperial space docks. So I'm wondering if they steal the plans from some place like this and they have like a distraction.
Or
yeah.
My question is, could this possibly be a prison and they're saving Jyn Erso's father?
Oh, trying to get him out too.
And
that would be interesting because the rebellion has to take care of its own. But we did see him in another location before, but maybe that was the planet surface because you saw the rain and everything. So maybe it was this dock is on the top of the planet and planets below. They transport him up, and then the rebellion's like, now we strike.
Yeah, which also then will bring in Darth Vader.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, fucking hell.
You're rebels, aren't you?
That's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. And then this. Oh my God, Vader with forceful purpose.
Yes.
You don't need to see a lightsaber. You just need to see him stroll. The Vader stride is so badass.
And it's not just his walk. It is a stride.
Yeah. He's after
someone.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is pissed.
And now that does look like Krennic.
Yes.
From the backside, I'm observing Krennic. So maybe it's like, you have failed me for the last time, Krennic.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a little bit of that. Or maybe he's like, what is going on here? You need to get this shit under lock. Like, lock and key. Lock it up. Get the rebellion to stop.
And also, because we don't see Krennic after this event. Like, we know nothing about his dealings with the Empire after this. What I'm wondering is, will we see a side of Vader that doesn't just go after the rebels in anger, but also his own people?
Oh, and we've seen that before. So we'll probably get that here is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's the Empire's, at the end of the day, he's the Emperor's glove. He is the fist of Palpatine. And he pounds it into not only the rebellion, but anybody who's not doing their job as effectively as they should. Which will probably be Krennic after these fucks steal the plan. Yeah, totally.
The rebellion! Save the dream!
Yes. And this right here, this is like the coolest part, where literally my mind freaks out. Like, save the hope, save the rebellion.
Well, and it reminds me of in Twilight Company, where it's talking about them like right next to an AT-AT.
Yes, that's the coolest thing about this whole movie is, like I was telling everyone in my Twilight Company review, you can check it out on the YouTube page. What I was saying is that was the Saving Private Ryan at the time of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
This is going to be that realized, but to its fullest potential because it's actually in film form.
Yes. I mean, like, they're straight up running from this AT-AT.
Yeah.
Like, watch.
So cool. Yes. Oh my
Right
god.
on their heels.
And his save the rebel, like that line that Forrest Whitaker gives is the moment where he stands against all odds. He says, "Go guys, get the plans out of here. I'm standing here. Save the rebellion." Like,
yeah, it's like that last
hurrah.
last man standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it reminds me so much of Halo Reach with Emil. I'm ready. How about you?
Yes, absolutely. But just under an AT-AT.
Yeah.
Oh god. And then just like the perfect closing little score for this whole Rogue One. And that's the other thing I want to highlight about this entire ordeal is that the score, if they keep it to the degree that they have it here, is going to be excellent. Michael Giacchino, if he's as good as I think he is for this universe, is going to nail the hell out of this score, and it's gonna sound amazing.
And also with
I don't know if the trailer was his work or not, and I apologize for cutting you off, but I don't know if that's his or not. But if it is, it counts good.
And that's what I was gonna go into is that it'll be interesting because I think that they'll still have the previous composer's work in it, at least
Desplat.
some of it. Yeah, Desplat.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with the score because I mean they had to change composers in the middle of production, so we don't really know if it'll be a shared composition of scores or if it'll just be
Giacchino's. So either way, I think it will work, probably. They're both great and excellent composers. I kind of hope it's more of Giacchino. I just want it Giacchino, honestly.
It'll be much easier that way.
Yeah, well, when I was telling in the cast, in the podcast, that Giacchino was what we were all assuming would replace Williams if Williams wasn't there for Star Wars 7. It did end up being there, so obviously Giacchino wasn't. But now it seems like a natural evolution that Giacchino would be in this universe going forward, much more than Desplat. Even though, again, I do enjoy Desplat's work.
Yes.
So, two great composers, one way or the other. I think the score is going to be incredible. If it keeps up the tone we got in this trailer, it's going to be excellent.
Yeah.
So, guys, this has been one of the coolest trailers of this year. In my personal opinion, I think it's my favorite trailer of the year. And I'm going to be as bold to say as it's better than Episode 7, The Force Awakens trailers.
Yes.
In my mind. Now, don't mistake me. I was way more emotional for those past trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, like, it's true. All of it. Like, how do you not freak out at that moment?
And also just the Chewie.
We're home.
Like,
yes, absolutely. But the other thing you have to understand here, though, is that was new. We hadn't seen that territory. This captures everything that I loved as a child. Yeah. Like, my inner child is freaking out. Every single part of this whole thing is so great. Whether it's the lines Riz Ahmed tells to remind everyone that, we're Rogue One, And then, oh, God, like, that scene, and I'm going to go back to it right around here. One more time.
Power that we are dealing with here.
Immeasurable. Power. Immeasurable. I love that line. We were waiting for Mendelsohn to speak in this trailer, and we finally got it, and it was so good. So good.
Yeah.
So, guys, stay tuned for more. This is the first time we've ever done a trailer breakdown, but I'm sure we're going to have another one that makes us want to do this again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And like I said before, we do talk about the stuff in podcasts. I know JL is going to want to freak out about this, as well as everybody else in the cast.
Yeah.
So we might talk about that in our next podcast. So stay tuned for more here at Geek Domination. We'll check you guys out later.
Thanks.